Hi. I am trying to get a new setup started, and I know that it's a little echoey in here, and for that I apologize. So I decided to do this series, and it didn't really come out of nowhere. Bailey Sarian is the one who kind of inspired me to do this. I really love her videos about like murder, mystery, and makeup, so I decided to combine two things that I'm the most passionate about. So that's what we're gonna do. Robert Todd Lincoln is an incredibly interesting figure in American history. For those of you who don't know, he was Abraham Lincoln's oldest son out of 4, and he was the only one that survived to live past age 18 and into adulthood. It can become difficult not to boil Robert Todd Lincoln down to the mere coincidences and interesting things that happened in his life, but that's exactly what we're gonna do today. Let's get started, shall we? So for all the products that I use, I will list them in the description for anybody who is curious. And I'm probably going to zoom you guys in a little bit. How do zoom? How do zoom? Let me go ahead and get this going. I'm just going to go ahead and get my base on first for my eyes, so that way this will go a lot faster. Robert Todd Lincoln is the oldest son. He was. He did. He was the oldest son of Mary and Abraham Lincoln. He was born on August 1st, 1843. He shares a birthday with my brother. He was born on August 1st, 1998, so that's pretty cool. Robert also served in the Civil War. He was on Ulysses S. Grant's staff, and he was there the day that Robert E. Lee surrendered. That's cool. I believe he may have been one of the last people to witness the surrender, if I'm not mistaken. Might be, but it's not that important. He later served as Secretary of War for Presidents Garfield and Arthur. Gonna do a little bit of blending out. That harsh line of brown I left. Two interesting stories that pertain to the assassination of his father, the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. One day, Robert Todd Lincoln, he was standing on a train platform, leaning up against a car. Once the train started to move, he started to fall between the platform and the car, so he could have died. And he felt a hand reach out and pull him by the collar back up onto the platform. Guess who that person was? Edwin Booth, brother of Lincoln assassin John Wilkes Booth. How cool is that? Like, that's crazy. And the second interesting story pertaining to the assassination of his father is that he was originally asked to join Abraham and Mary at the Ford Theater that night to watch Our American Cousin. But tired from military duty, he decided to stay home. And this set off a chain of unfortunate events in his life. He was very close to other assassinations or attempted assassinations of US presidents following his father. Just taking a little bit more of a neutral color. Guys, this may turn out to look awful, but we just gonna roll with it, because I don't know what else to do. And I figured, oh no, this would be a nice simple look to work with and get back into makeup with, because I'm just trying to do like a very basic neutral brown smoky eye, but it's not wanting to work in my favor, just like luck didn't with Robert Todd. I'm gonna be using the same shadow that I started with. Y'all don't know what I'm using, because it's a secret. It's a secret that involves national security. Don't tell anybody. Another interesting fact about that incident with Edwin Booth, between him and Robert Lincoln. Edwin Booth had no idea who he saved that day until he received a letter from Colonel Adam Badeau. I want to say his name is. I'm not that great with names. Badeau sent him a letter of appreciation for his acts of heroism for saving the son of the president. Some people say that this may have been Edwin's only real way to deal with the actions of his brother John Wilkes, because it caused him such grief. Edwin was absolutely devastated and disgusted by the actions of his brother. Robert Lincoln, he had an interesting association with presidential assassinations. While he served as Secretary of War under President Garfield, he was at the platform whenever Garfield was shot. He was actually an eyewitness to the event. I'm supposed to be a cut crease, y'all, but I mean, I don't think that's too bad. Doesn't, you know. But... Hello? I didn't even have that much coffee today or anything like that, I swear. Also, at President McKinley's invitation, Robert Todd Lincoln was present at the Pan American Exposition in Buffalo, New York, where President McKinley was shot. From the assassination of President McKinley forward, he refused to attend any more presidential events because he figured that he was cursed due to any time he showed up near a president, they were assassinated. Even though Robert Todd Lincoln, he wasn't an eyewitness to the assassination of McKinley, it still really bothered him, as it would just about anybody, I would think. So instead of like actually being there to witness the assassination, he was just outside of the building whenever it occurred. And I think then he was just like, dude, I've had it. I have bad luck. I'm not going. They shouldn't want me there, and they shouldn't ask me to go. Later on, after these experiences, he is said to have refused another presidential invitation due to the fact there was a certain fatality on presidential events whenever he was there. And I've currently lost my highlighter brush and my contour brush. So, because I let my son play with my makeup brushes sometimes, because, I mean, it's not that big of a deal that they'll survive, and if not, you know, you can just buy some more cheap makeup brushes. So, I'm improvising. You do what you gotta do when you're a mom. This may look a little weird, but, oh well. Highlighter. I know. Don't laugh at me for the brush that I'm using, okay? Oh no, my nose is red. Oh no. Took that highlight down a little bit, but it left like a big old white spot on my nose. Time for a little eyeliner. I do my eyeliner weird, but this is how I kind of always done it. And it's just easiest. It hasn't done me wrong yet. So, I'm still working on improving my eyebrow skills. So if this doesn't turn out very well, please don't judge me too bad. But the National Archives has a YouTube channel. There is a very small clip about the Lincoln Memorial dedication, which also happened to be Robert Todd Lincoln's last public appearance. He is very briefly shown on video, but it is so interesting. It's really cool to see someone so iconic on film. I mean, like, imagine what it would have been like to have seen Abraham Lincoln himself on film, much less like his son. Like, it is still so cool. But he had a very decorated career. He also, like his father, decided to study law, and he was making quite a name for himself. A lot of people figured that he would be like his father. He seemed to be stuck in his father's shadow, and it's so easy for him to be overshadowed by Abraham, considering everything that he did for the country. And that must have been really hard to deal with, if you think about it. Being compared to that person constantly. And there were quite a few people, from my understanding, that wanted him to run for office. Oh no! It's gonna be one of those videos, isn't it? From the 1880s to around 1912, I believe, Robert Todd Lincoln's name was thrown around as a potential candidate for president and vice president. But he would constantly just deny the idea. Like, he wasn't having any of it. And honestly, whenever it comes to things with him relating to the office of the president, I can't really say that I blame him that much. I mean, imagine all of the difficulty he faced after the death of his father. And I mean, I know that their relationship suffered once Abraham became president, because he was just so busy trying to save the country. they barely got a chance to talk to each other, to really have like a father-son relationship. And after being so close to 3 presidential assassinations, I can't really say that I would be ready and willing to possibly take on that kind of responsibility myself. Oh my god, go my ball! Robert, I'm sorry if I've offended you. This makeup video is cursed. Nothing is going my way tonight. I think Robert's cursed me. I guess he doesn't like me talking about him. He's offended. I'm sorry. I really liked you. I really admired you. You don't need to be attacking me like this. I really don't appreciate it. Let's just go to work, guys. Like, I am so sorry about all this. Like, I am sucking tonight. This makeup video is cursed. I'm gonna change the color a little bit. I guess that does it here for me today, guys. If you guys like this video, please like and consider subscribing. I really hope that you guys enjoyed, and I highly recommend researching your history, because without acknowledging where we've been in the past, we are doomed to repeat it. It is incredibly important that we do not ignore our history. I know this video has been kind of crazy and probably a little bit of a cringe fest, and I apologize for that. I mean, when Robert is just like cursing my eyelashes, I mean, it's just, I didn't mean to be disrespectful. But I apologize to him, and I think my lashes are starting to do better. So we'll just go with that. If you guys didn't know before, I had talked about how big of a Lincoln fan I am, but you may not realize exactly how big of a Lincoln fan I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Kind of interested in the Civil War. I have a lot of books, and I'm pretty sure that that's not even all of them. I even have like a Civil War timeline hanging up in my bedroom. I have been doing research on Abraham Lincoln and the Civil War since I was 8 years old. So that would make it 19 years now. In accelerated reading, I actually have the book. This is Lincoln, a photobiography. I first found this book in my accelerated reading in my 3rd grade class in elementary school. And I'd already found a book on the Titanic, and I was like, well, that's pretty cool. And like, it had, I think it had like pictures from whenever they first found it again. And I was like, this is insane. And then I found this little beauty, and my teacher noticed that I had loved it so much, fascinated by the pictures and the issues that Lincoln dealt with, both with his health, both with all of the tragedy. I mean, Lincoln, you want to talk about like a curse, like Robert Todd being cursed? Oh, I feel like Lincoln was very cursed. I mean, he watched so many people that he loved or cared for deeply die, starting from a young age. It's very sad. But she let me keep this book, and I have been hooked ever since, and just very grateful. So that's why I wanted to do this video and this series. I'm not sure who I will cover next. I will be taking suggestions. Hopefully this is watchable. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.